I remember a fellow movie lover telling me about voiceover in film, you know, where a character, where you hear their thoughts but you don't see them say it, that it is a director getting lazy, that they can't show you what's going to happen or what you need to know, so they basically just have the character tell you. Now, of course, that's not true across the board. There are some great movies that use voiceover very effectively, but I'll tell you where it is true. In the movie One for the Money with Katherine Heigl, who plays a bounty hunter of sorts who is trying to make some money in her life and find a new start, and so she decides to go hunt people who have skipped out on bail, including apparently a former fling who, of course, sparks are supposed to fly and love is in the air, and it is supposed to draw you in. I use the word supposed to a lot in the review of this movie because it does not work. This movie does not work on any level as far as I'm concerned, and there is so much voiceover in this movie where you hear Katherine Heigl's thoughts instead of actually seeing on the screen. There's more voiceover in this movie than there is dialogue from Katherine Heigl. That may actually be the truth. I think that's an exaggeration, but not by much. It was like watching a book on tape at times. It was as if the actor was... It was like watching... You know on DVD how they have the commentary tracks? It was like watching the Katherine Heigl commentary track. And it was that boring at times, even the voiceover. She would say things in voiceover that didn't even need to be said. She'd tell you, oh, here comes another character, and introduce you to the person and tell you about them. And it was just like... it was like a narration. I was so confused by the voiceover in this movie, and it made an already bad movie even worse. One for the Money is a rom-com that is neither rom nor com. The romance doesn't work, it feels forced and fake, there's no chemistry between the two leads, and the comedy is non-existent. I remember seeing the preview and thinking, oh, well, you know, that looks kind of funny. Those parts in the preview that look funny, they managed to ruin them in the actual movie. They're not even funny in the movie. I promise you, I didn't even smile during this movie, let alone laugh. It's just not funny. It wasn't funny to me as I was watching it. And when that happens in a movie, it gets pretty old pretty fast. If a movie is supposed to draw me in because I'm supposed to be rooting for a couple to get together, the romance part, or I'm supposed to be laughing at it because it's so hilarious, the comedy part, and it doesn't do either, we're in trouble. In fact, I was so bored during this movie, about 45 minutes in, I found myself picking stray nose hairs. I know that's gross. But I was so bored, I needed something to do, and as I was picking these stray nose hairs to try to, you know, do a little grooming during an otherwise painful movie, I realized the pain I was experiencing them and pulling them out of my nostrils was less than the pain I was experiencing by having to watch this movie. It was that bad. Having said all of that, if you're a Katherine Heigl fan, maybe there's something here for you. I've never really enjoyed her in the movies that she's been in. I've never kind of gone in for the shtick that she tries to do. She always seems very forced and fake to me. But if you are, maybe you can find something in this. But really all around, from A to Z, without needing to even go into detail, this movie just absolutely made me long to pull another nostril hair.